In the previous video, I discussed the quartiles for ungrouped data. Now I will discuss quartiles for grouped data. The formula for quartiles for grouped data is provided below. Q sub k is the quartile, N is the population or sample, K is the quartile location, LB is the lower boundary of the quartile class, F is the frequency of the quartile class, CF is the cumulative frequency before the quartile class, and I is the class interval. Let's now apply the formula by having an example. SJS Travel Agency, a nationwide local travel agency, offers special rates on summer period. The owner wants additional information on the ages of those people taking travel tours. A random sample of 50 customers taking travel tours last summer revealed these ages: 18, 24, 28, 19, 27, 29, 34, 36, 31, 36, 42, 45, 46, 44, 46, 57, 58, 60, 58, 59, 61, 63, 66, 62, 64, 67, 70, 77, 68, 74, 37, 39, 40, 38, 39, 49, 51, 52, 50, 51, 53, 54, 56, 54, 55, 47, 48, 49, 48, and 48. Determine the first quartile, second quartile, and third quartile of the frequency distribution on the ages of 50 people taking travel tours. The first step is to arrange the raw data in ascending order. The ascending order of the raw data will start at 18 because 18 is the lowest value. We have 18, 19, 24, 27, 28, 29, 31, 34, 36, 36, 37, 38, 39, 39, 40, 42, 44, 45, 46, 46, 47, 48, 48, 48, 49, 49, 50, 51, 51, 52, 53, 54, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 66, 67, 68, 70, 74, and 77. After arranging the raw data in ascending order, the next step is to determine the classes. Let's find first the highest value and the lowest value. The highest value is 77 and the lowest value is 18. That is based on the ascending order of the raw data. That's why it's very important to arrange the raw data in ascending order kasi malalaman na natin kung ano yung lowest value at ano yung highest value. After that, let's find the range. The range is equal to the highest value less the lowest value. In other words, ito yung difference ng highest value at lowest value. The highest value is 77 minus the lowest value na 18. 77 minus 18 is equal to 59. After that, let's determine the class interval or width. The class interval is generated using the following formula. Suggested class interval is equal to range over 1 plus 3.322 times the logarithm of total frequencies. Take note, ng total frequencies natin dito ay 50 because we have a random sample of 50 customers. I-substitute na natin yung values. Ang range ay 59 over 1 plus 3.322 times the logarithm of 50. In order to compute the logarithm of 50, use scientific calculator or use the scientific calculator of your cell phone or smartphone. So that will become 59 over 1 plus 3.322 times 1.6989700043. Pakilagay lahat ng numbers. Para makompute yung denominator natin, kunin muna natin yung product ng 3.322 at 1.6989700043. Let's multiply. 3.322 times 1.6989700043, that is equal to 5.6439783543. After that, i-add natin yung 1. So that will become 6.6439783543. 59 divided by 6.6439783543 is equal to 8.8802215862 or 8.88. Take note na kung yung suggested class interval natin ay merong remainder, i-round off natin yan sa nearest whole number. So, ang pinakamalapit na whole number sa 8.88 ay 9. Therefore, our suggested class interval is 9. After that, let's select a starting point for the lowest class limit. Ang ating lowest value sa dataset ay 18. At yung lowest value na 18, yan yung magiging starting point natin. That will serve as our starting point. After selecting a starting point for the lowest class limit, let's set the individual class limit. In setting the individual class limit, kukunin muna natin yung lower class limit ng bawat row. Sa first row, since our starting point is the lowest value na 18, yan yung magiging lower class limit natin sa first row. Ilalagay na natin yung 18. For the lower class limit naman ng second row, idadagdag natin yung suggested class interval na 9 sa 18. So, 18 plus 9, that is equal to 27. Yung 27 ang magiging lower class limit sa second row. Same process sa third row. 27 plus 9, that is equal to 36. Sa fourth row, 36 plus 9, that is equal to 45. Sa fifth row, 45 plus 9, that is equal to 54. Sa sixth row, 54 plus 9, that is equal to 63. And for the seventh row, 63 plus 9 is equal to 72. Take note na wala na tayong 8th row kasi kung magdadagdag pa tayo ng 9 sa 72, lagpas na siya sa highest value na 77. 72 plus 9, that is equal to 81. And 81 is higher than the highest value na 77 sa dataset. After getting the lower class limit, ang susunod natin na gagawin ay yung upper class limit. Sa first row, para makuha yung upper class limit, magdededuct tayo ng isa sa lower class limit ng second row. So 27 minus 1, that is equal to 26. So the upper class limit ng first row ay 26. Same process sa upper class limit ng second row, 36 minus 1, that is equal to 35. For the third row, 45 minus 1, that is equal to 44. For the fourth row, 54 minus 1, that is equal to 53. For the fifth row, 63 minus 1, that is equal to 62. For the sixth row, 72 minus 1, that is equal to 71. And for the seventh row, the upper class limit is 80. Supposedly, ang susunod na lower class limit sa 72 ay 81. 81 minus 1, that is equal to 80. So, the upper class limit sa 7th row ay 80. After determining the classes, the next step is to determine the frequency. The frequency is denoted by F. For the first class limit, 18 to 26, para makuha yung frequency, bibilangin natin yung values na pasok sa 18 to 26. So please refer to the ascending order of our raw data na nasa step 1. The values that are within the class limit 18 to 26 are 18, 19, and 24. Meron tayong tatlong values na pasok sa 18 to 26. Therefore, the frequency is 3. Sa class limit naman na 27 to 35, the values that are within the class limit 27 to 35 are 27, 28, 29, 31, and 34. There are 5 values that are within the class limit 27 to 35. Therefore, the frequency is 5. For the class limit 36 to 44, the values that are within this class limit are 36, 36, 37, 38, 39, 39, 40, 42, and 44. Therefore, there are 9 values that are within these class limits. So therefore, the frequency is 9. Same process sa frequency ng class limit na 45 to 53. The frequency is 14. Sa 54 to 62, the frequency is 11. Sa class limit na 63 to 71, the frequency is 6. At sa class limit na 72 to 80, the frequency is 2. The next step is to construct a cumulative frequency column in the table. For the first row, the cumulative frequency is 3. For the second row, the cumulative frequency is 8. That is 3 plus 5. Next, 8 plus 9 is equal to 17. 17 plus 14, that is equal to 31. Next, 31 plus 11, that is equal to 42. 42 plus 6, that is equal to 48. And 48 plus 2, that is equal to 50. After constructing a cumulative frequency column in the table, the next step is to determine the first quartile class. Use the following formula. First quartile, rank value is equal to n over 4. N is equal to 50 because there is a sample of 50 customers. 50 divided by 4, that is equal to 12.5. After determining the first quartile class, the next step is to identify the first quartile class by locating the 12.5th rank in the table. Since mas mataas yung 12.5 kaysa sa 8, that means the 12.5th rank belongs in this class, sa 17. This class covers 9th to 17th rank in the frequency distribution. The next step is to determine the values of LB, CF, F, I, and N. Unahin nating i-compute yung LB or the lower boundary of the quartile class. I-deduct lang natin yung 0.5 sa 36. 36 minus 0.5, that is equal to 35.5. Next, yung CF or the cumulative frequency before the quartile class. CF is equal to 8. Yung F naman, or the frequency of the quartile class, that is equal to 9. Yung I, na-compute na natin kanina, that is the suggested class interval. I is equal to 9. Pwede mo rin siyang makompute by deducting 18 sa 27. 27 minus 18, that is equal to 9. Pwede rin yung 35 minus 26, that is still equal to 9. N is equal to 50. Because we have a sample of 50 customers. The next step is to apply the formula to compute for the value of the first quartile. The formula is first quartile is equal to LB plus N over 4 minus CF divided by F times I. Kanina, na-compute na natin yung N over 4, that is equal to 12.5. Let's now substitute the values. The first quartile is equal to 35.5 plus 12.5 minus 8 over 9 times 9. 12.5 minus 8, that is equal to 4.5. Divided by 9, that is equal to 0.5. Times 9, that is equal to 4.5. The first quartile is equal to 35.5 plus 4.5. 35.5 plus 4.5, that is equal to 40. Therefore, the first quartile is equal to 40. The next step is to determine the second quartile class. Use the following formula. Second quartile rank value is equal to 2n over 4. That will become 2 times 50 over 4. 2 times 50, that is equal to 100, divided by 4, that is equal to 25. After determining the second quartile class, the next step is to identify the second quartile class by locating the 25th rank in the table. Since yung 25 ay mas mataas sa 17, the second quartile class is this. Because this class covers the 18th to 31st rank in the frequency distribution. After that, the next step is to determine the values of LB, CF, F, I, and N. Unahin natin yung LB. LB is equal to 45 minus 0.5. 45 minus 0.5, that is equal to 44.5. Next is the CF, or the cumulative frequency before the median class. CF is equal to 17. Next is the frequency of the median class, or the F. F is equal to 14. I is equal to 9, and N is equal to 50. After that, the next step is to apply the formula to compute for the value of the second quartile. Since yung second quartile ang hinahanap, the K, or the quartile location, is equal to 2. The formula is second quartile is equal to LB plus 2n over 4 minus CF divided by F times I. Na-compute na natin kanina yung 2n over 4, that is equal to 25. Let's now substitute the values. The second quartile is equal to 44.5 plus 25 minus 17 over 14 times 9. 25 minus 17, that is equal to 8. 8 divided by 14, that is equal to 0.5714285714. 0.5714285714 times 9, that is equal to 5.1428571421. The second quartile is equal to 44.5 plus 5.1428571421. That is equal to 49.64285714 or 49.64. If your answer has 3 or more decimal places, round it off to 2 decimal places. The next step is to determine the third quartile class. Use the following formula. Third quartile rank value is equal to 3n over 4. That will become 3 times 50 over 4. 3 times 50, that is equal to 150 divided by 4, that is equal to 37.5. After that, the next step is to identify the third quartile class by locating the 37.5th rank in the table. Yung 37.5 mas mataas sa 31. That means the third quartile class is this, because this class covers the 32nd to the 42nd rank in the frequency distribution. After that, the next step is to determine the values of LB, CF, FI, and N. Unahin natin yung LB. LB is equal to 54 minus 0.5, that is equal to 53.5. CF is equal to 31. F is equal to 11. I is equal to 9. And N is equal to 50. The next step is to apply the formula to compute for the value of the third quartile. Since a third quartile na yung hinahanap, ang K or quartile location is equal to 3. The third quartile is equal to LB plus 3N over 4 minus CF divided by F times I. Na-compute na kanina yung 3N over 4, that is equal to 37.5. Let's now substitute the values. The third quartile is equal to 53.5 plus 37.5 minus 31 divided by 11 times 9. 37.5 minus 31, that is equal to 6.5. 6.5 divided by 11, that is equal to 0.5909090909. 0.5909090909 times 9, that is equal to 5.3181818181. The third quartile is equal to 53.5 plus 5.3181818181. That is equal to 58.8181818118, or equal to 58.82. If your answer has 3 or more decimal places, round it off to 2 decimal places. Therefore, after following all the steps, the first quartile is equal to 40. The second quartile is equal to 49.64. And the third quartile is equal to 58.82.